Hey everyone, welcome to the Checker Chat. I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
And we are here after Super Bowl weekend. Congrats to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
You won a very boring game.
Yeah.
Um,
That was one where I kind of was fine if either team won. I didn't really.
yeah, I mean,
I was more rooting for the Patriots,
Mhm.
but I mean either way you sliced it, I felt like
Yeah.
both teams were.
yeah. And then also, I think the real winner of the Super Bowl was Bad Bunny because that halftime show was killer. I liked it. I also really like Bad Bunny. So even though I don't understand any of his music, like the words at all.
As a true metal fan.
Yes. Yeah. I put that up on my story. It was like, as someone who listens to metal, I have no issue not understanding what they're saying.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, but this is not a football podcast.
It is not.
That's gonna end up being a shirt. I feel like this is not a football podcast.
Yeah.
But we have this week the one and only the Daytona 500 this weekend.
Start of the long season.
The long season. So yeah, today we're gonna get into a little preview for the Daytona 500. The duels are tomorrow night, right? Correct. Yes.
Qualifying will happen. So
Qualifying practice happened today.
Practice was like 9 or 10 this morning. No, it was 10. And then qualifying is at like 8 tonight. We're recording on Wednesday. And then the duels will be tomorrow, which will have already happened when this comes out.
Yes, probably. Or it'll come out during the duels. I don't know yet. We'll see.
Yeah.
It'll come out either Thursday or Friday this week. You know, we'll probably just stick to Friday just as our normal thing. So
because we're not gonna like deep dive the duels because you won't know who's in which duel until qualifying happens.
And then obviously we don't know who wins the duels. So, but we'll recap all of that next week.
Yeah.
And we also have some news to hit. We got some, like we did last year for the playoffs, but this year for the chase, some way too early predictions. It's gonna be a fun episode for sure. But we had some news happen this week. We had a reality show end for someone to get a seat at college.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll throw it over to you for the news.
So Minnie Tyrell won the inaugural season of the Ram race for the seat. So he will be running full time this year in the, let me double check. I want to say it's the 14 truck, which overall I feel like that show was very solid. I hope that they do more of it. I don't know if they can. Yeah, he's in the 14. Okay. I don't know if they can like do that like once every year, if they're just going to keep signing people to a 1-year contract based off the show.
Yeah, because what happens when you get one guy who ends up in the seat and then absolutely,
like if Minnie goes out this year and does good, but stays in truck and doesn't rush his way through NASCAR, do you want to like boot him out of the seat for somebody else, or are we banking on like Daniel Dye going back? Like, I think this is all contingent on when Ram gets into Xfinity and when there's more, okay, now we can move Daniel Dye back to Xfinity and put him there. And then like Eckes could go back to Xfinity. So then there's multiple, like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. So, which it's funny, like Lily, my girlfriend, was not up to date on the show, but still had no idea who won. I was like, I'm not going to say anything. And then like the first day that she paid attention at all to like Bob Puckers's Twitter again, she texted me. She's like, well, I now know who won.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, well, you were behind.
Yeah.
I think Ram will have a pretty successful first year back in the trucks. I think what helps in like the truck series, especially too, is like they all run the same motor.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, they had to design a body, but like they don't have to make a motor. They designed a body for Ram and they're going to run the same motor everybody else is. Like that, I think they'll be competitive. And then bringing Christian Eckes back down into trucks, or not Eckes. Hold on. Who am I confusing him with? Or am I right?
Yeah.
Now I'm second guessing myself because I know that they have a Celsius truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's Haley. It's Justin Haley. It's
Okay.
not
Yeah,
Eckes.
yeah.
Eckes is back with MHR. Okay. That changed my outlook on the Celsius truck. That truck, I mean, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
We'll really see, was it justified for him to lose a cup ride, or is he just going to literally go back down and race with people younger than him and more talented than him, and they're just going to
Yeah.
dominate? Oops, my bad. We were over here running a NASCAR podcast, and I forgot who
took that seat.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the All-Star truck should be interesting, kicking it off this weekend with Tony Stewart.
That was going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Well, we'll save that for when we start talking about Daytona. Corey Heim will run 12 races in the Cup Series with 2311. No super speedways. Well, other than Daytona 500, no super speedways. So we will not get to watch him race this year because he will not come to Atlanta and he will not go to Talladega.
Yeah.
Yay. I think that's good. I hope he proves himself well enough to get somebody fired from 2311.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you could almost argue just raw speed and talent-wise that he's better than every driver that is currently staffed by 2311.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he is. I'm saying you could argue it.
Yeah, definitely.
He's definitely better than Riley Herbst.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah.
And then on upside and raw talent and raw speed, I think he is better than Bubba on that.
Yeah.
He hasn't proved himself in a Cup car. He hasn't won in a Cup car. He hasn't done some of the things that Bubba has done in a Cup car. And then Reddick, I feel like long term, he could end up being better than Reddick, but also like Reddick was Toyota's like steal of the decade to get from Chevy to come over. And I think we kind of downplay him a little bit because he had such a meh year last year in comparison. Yeah. Nick Sanchez at the last possible second was announced that he will be in the 25 car for AM Racing in the O'Reilly series, which, I mean, that deal had to have been signed already, right? Like, there's no way that you sign him the week of Daytona and they're like, hey, come meet everybody and get in a Ford sim. And like, I don't know. Nick Lights will be in the 5 truck for Tricon at Daytona. Daniel Dye will also be running a part-time schedule with AM Racing in the 52 car for the O'Reilly series, which leads me to believe that whenever Kaulig gets an Xfinity program up and running again, if that's the route they so choose, that he will go there. It's also interesting, like, that he's going to be racing for a Ford team while signed to a Dodge team. I mean, I get Dodge is not an option in that series right now, but it's interesting. And then Kyle Busch has announced with Spire that he will run 8 truck races starting with Atlanta, and that'll be a HendrickCars.com truck.
Yeah.
Which everybody was like, oh, that's writing on the wall for next year. I swear Hendrick isn't stupid enough to fire Alex Bowman to get washed up Kyle Busch in the 48 car.
Yeah. No, I agree.
What does that bring to the table?
Yeah. I just can't wait to watch Kyle Busch mollywop the field in Atlanta like he did last year. It's going to be awesome.
And then, like, overall, the whole Cup guys are allowed more races in the lower series. Quit yawning.
Sorry, Jesus.
Every time I look over
keep
at
yawning.
you, yawning.
My bad.
Has had a little bit of backlash, I feel like, on social media. There is a camp that's like, that's going to ruin everything. We're back to bushwhacking. I ultimately think it's just going to make the people in those series better and prepare them more for moving up through the ranks.
Yeah.
And, I mean, are we 100% certain that Kyle Busch is going to win 8 truck races this year? Because some people are like, oh, he signed up for 8 and they're all 1.5 miles. He's going to win 8. No, he's not going to win 8. And it's not a knock to Kyle Busch, but Corey Heim last year led the most laps, won the most races, had the most dominating full season in history, and won 11. So Kyle Busch isn't going to have any parts issues. He's not going to have bad pit stops. He's not going to get, like, you can't ride in and then, like, that would be, you can't say Hocevar is going to win 50% of his truck races. Like, you can't just write it down. Like, somebody in those series can and will beat them. whether it be on their own speed, on their own skill, or maybe with a little bit of luck involved.
Yeah.
But it's hard, feel like earlier in the year, like if Kyle Busch ran the first 8 races of the year back to back to back to back, etc., so on and so forth in the truck series, I would be more willing to say, okay, I think he could win all 8. But you race this weekend and then you don't race for 3 or 4 more weekends, and there's all that gap, and everybody else is in the truck every weekend. All they prepare for is trucks. Like,
yeah, I don't think he's
yeah.
going to win every single one of them.
Like, I don't think that's going to ruin the lower series at all.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay. So, in the truck series, we already talked about Tony Stewart.
Yeah, quit yawning.
You started it. Cletus got cleared. He will be running the 4 truck for Nice. Travis Pastrana will be running the 44 for Nice, and Stenhouse is in the 45 for Nice. I'm going to pull up an entry list before I sound like a clown again.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I think because on top of the fact that you have 44 trucks that are going for 36 spots, you also have a very, very interesting entry list when you have like Cletus in there. Taylor Gray is going to come down and run in a Tricon truck again. You have Ram starting fresh. Like, that's interesting. Caden Honeycutt taking over the 11. Is he going to be able to share anywhere near the same amount of success that Heim was able to have last year? Gio Ruggiero coming off of a good rookie year and winning Rookie of the Year. Tony Breidinger part-time this year. You have, Pastrana's in the 42. Andres Perez is in the 44. Stenhouse is in the 45, and Stenhouse is making his truck debut. You have John Hunter Nemechek running in the 62 for Hallmark Friesen. Corey LaJoie is in the 75 for Henderson Motorsports. Which, can we talk about the whole, I'm not going to entertain anything unless it's a cup ride for the next, how many times are you going to say that and then end up in the truck series? Do a podcast and shut the hell up. Honestly, like, you're very annoying. But Chris Wright, like we talked about, he's in it. He's an absolute guaranteed caution a weekend, probably. Yeah. Hocevar, it will also be in it. Like, you're going to have all of these aggressive people in the first race of the year with some unknowns at Daytona.
Yeah.
That is going to be, like, I almost wish that there were race ends, like the duels for the trucks, which, I mean, that would cost a lot of money and a lot of people would go to backups if we're really going to be honest, but man, would that put on a show. The O'Reilly series will have 42 cars going for 38 spots. The Cup Series will have 45 cars going for 41 spots. Jimmy Johnson is locked in on the provisional already, the open provisional. But I feel like, usually we go to Daytona for the 500 and you talk about the Cup Series is going to have a more than full entry list. That's like kind of a given with Daytona, I think. But when you go and you look at, there's 4 more O'Reilly cars than spots. There's 8 more trucks than spots. I feel like this is one of the more full years, top to bottom, we've had, which I don't think's a bad thing. I think that it's going to have to push people to be on their game. Again, I know we run a NASCAR podcast. I don't know everything about NASCAR, contrary to popular belief, but the O'Reilly and the Truck Series, I never really could find anything on it. But I would assume there is something that locks in all of the full-time cars.
Yeah.
So I won't sit here and say, oh, so-and-so has to race their way in, because I'm not 100% sure on how that system works.
Yeah.
But I don't think like Austin Hill, Jesse Love, Allgaier, I don't think anybody like that is going to get left out if they literally wrecked in their qualifying lap.
Yeah.
And then like with trucks, I don't think a Tricon truck wrecks, colleague truck, like whatever. I don't think if anybody wrecks, they're done.
Yeah.
Like, just the whole, there are too many vehicles per series than what they will allow run is just a great start.
Yeah. Great start for the year for sure.
And I think it just leads on to the whole, like, NASCAR is thriving again to an extent. They're growing. Like, you have people willing to foot the bill that might not even make it in the show because they want to race at Daytona and they want to be a part of it. It was just very interesting to me. So if you go down to the Truck Series, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, You have 10. So that's still good.
Yeah.
They're not really going to be hurting there. Toyota is the least present team. Well, no, Dodge is. But like Dodge and Toyota will probably work together, being the two, I would say, least in numbers.
Yeah.
But you go to the O'Reilly series, you have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 Fords on the whole entire entry list of 42 cars. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Toyotas. So 9 out of the 42 cars there are Ford or Toyota. The rest are Chevys.
Yeah. Literally.
Because Haas went back to Chevy. You have Ryan C. Racing, RSR or RSS, whatever it is. They went to Chevy. You have like that domino falling. That's going to be really interesting when it comes to the draft because typically, you hear you work with a Chevy if you're a Chevy. You work with a Ford if you're a Ford. But with that many Chevys in the field, are we going to see, I would think, like a SS Greenlight, a Young's Motorsport, a Alpha Prime, a smaller Chevy team, are they going to say, well, we don't get all the big backing that the rest of you do.
We're going to go work with Dodge or
like we're going to go over here and work with the Fords and the Toyotas because if we just get in this giant pack of Chevys and we're in the back, what does that do?
I realize I just said Dodge and we're talking about Xfinity.
Okay.
That's my bad. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying for sure.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Cup Series really isn't like a huge drastic change because the only Fords that you lost,
Haas. That's it.
Well, Haas, Rick Ware.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And is that it? Haas and Rick Ware?
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
So I mean, that's not really gonna change numbers up a whole bunch. I think they're looking about the same, but that'll be interesting especially when you watch the O'Reilly's race.
Yeah.
And then the elephant in the room, can William Byron be the first driver in history to win 3 Daytona 500s in a row?
I want to say no, but then also I want to say that like literally he could just by the luck of, the luck he had last year.
Well, yeah. The first year, I guess you could say was a little less luck. I mean, but he also beat Alex Bowman by like maybe, and the caution was like that all worked out. But like last year, especially starting the last lap in like 11th or 12th, and then everybody in front of you just wrecking, and then you just make it out.
Yeah, I mean, granted, right place, right time, but also, I mean,
he was up front. You can't like diminish it or take it away.
Yeah, definitely.
But on the same hand, I'm not like, I want to say no, but you can't just say no. At Daytona racing for the 500 when at the end somebody's going to get wrecked.
Yeah.
But there is also a reason that nobody in history has won 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think it could go either way. But there's 40 other cars in the field.
Yeah.
So he has a 1 in 40 shot if we're going to be honest.
1 in 41 including Jimmy. Because they expect.
Oh yeah, that's true. My bad. I wasn't including him.
This is can we not? If there's enough cars there, can we not just go back to the old school days and have 43 run? I mean, I get 45's overkill. 45's more than we've done in the Cup Series probably since like moonshining days or whatever. Yeah. But like, if there's 43 cars, I don't think that's that bad. Hell, a lot of them are gonna wreck anyway. Xfinity. There's the first one of the year. The O'Reilly's series. Yeah. 38 spots is fine. I mean, it used to be 40, but with 42 cars, I mean, I don't feel like that's bad. Like the lower series, whatever. I mean, I'm fine either way, but like when you have this many cars show up, you almost kind of in the back of your mind are like, what if we just expanded it by a couple cars?
Yeah.
But, I mean, the rules are the rules. Like, I don't want to sound like, oh, here's a participation trophy because you spent money that nobody told you had to and to try to show up. Like, I don't want to come across that way. Yeah, I think the whole who's in, who's not will be interesting. Watching practice this morning, one thing that I thought was interesting. So if you even remember back to last year, okay, like let's say in this year's open car scenario, Allgaier goes out and he sets one of the 2 fastest qualifying times. Last year, and to my knowledge, most of my life, he could go out in the duel and he could win the duel and he could start on the second row. This year, that is no longer a thing. If you lock yourself in on time, you lock yourself in on time, and I believe you're starting in the back. You cannot advance your starting position because, well, okay, he timed his way in, but now he raced a lot better and he locked himself in off the race. So then now we have to go back and dig through all these qualifying times. And then, oh, hey, now, even though he didn't race his way in, it kind of cuts out that whole, well, who's in, who's not.
Yeah.
Pros and cons to everything. I don't think it's the worst. Also, starting in the back of the 500 means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Because
it literally can change in one turn.
And the thing, too, is some people, especially in today's NASCAR, where they're going to ride around at 50 to 60% throttle and save gas for large portions of the race, you can drop to the back, save gas, hit your number of saving gas, and then get 1 or 2 more cars with you, go to the outside, and drive back to the front and control the field.
Yeah.
So that I think that's not the worst call in the world when we're in the scenario we're in.
Yeah.
Which again, if you even if you kept stages and you just didn't throw the yellow and stop the race, I think that would improve so much of our racing dilemmas.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else you want to touch on Daytona wise?
If you're going to the Burt Kreischer thing, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Mainly just because Burt Kreischer, but either way, yeah, but that's it.
Yeah. So we will move on now and talk about our previous next-gen winners. So for 2022, you had Austin Cindric winning the 500 in his rookie year, and you had Austin Dillon winning the summer race. Which, if you want a good laugh and you just want an absolute, WTF NASCAR moment, go back and watch at least the highlights of the summer 2022 race and see why he won. I'll leave it there. 2023, the last Daytona 500 I was present at, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. won.
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo. Good feel-good win, but whoop-de-doo. Yeah. Summer, Chris Buescher won. 2024, you had the start of William Byron's dynasty run in the 500. Harrison Burton with the summer win. 2025, William Byron. And in the summer, you had Ryan Blaney.
Let's go. Yeah. No, I mean, this is just super speedway racing. You never know who's going to win.
Yeah. And it's also if you want to get real nerdy, you can go back and say, well, so-and-so's had an average finish of this in the next-gen car on the super speedway. But the first race of the year, the first super speedway race of the year, the Daytona 500, there's so many variables where, you could pick anybody, and I don't think it's just the most egregious, the dumbest pick ever.
Yeah, no, I agree.
If you pick Cody Ware, I might be like, hey, are you all right?
Yeah.
But, if we really want to be honest with ourselves, what is stopping him from winning the race? Somebody, you could even go and say, okay, let's look at the open cars. Corey Heim.
Yeah.
You could bet on, not if you want to bet on it, but, you could bet on somebody that's not even locked in.
Yeah.
And say they're going to win the Daytona 500, and I don't think that's the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because you could come down to the last lap of Duel 1 and you could have Corey Heim racing close with Alfredo. They could get together. Mm-hmm. And then the one other car in that, there's so many variables that, which is another reason there's no possible way with our scheduling that we're going to be here's who's winning Duel 1, here's who's winning Duel 2, here's whatever. Do you think, I just thought about this. I don't have an answer prepared either, so feel free to ask me as well. What manufacturer do you feel like will win the pole for the 500? And if you had to just throw a name at a dartboard, who do you think said person from that manufacturer will be? Because you think about it, Ford kind of dominates, but we have the new rule: you can't stick your hand out the window. They're gonna not allow your the time. You can't do that anymore. But then last year, Toyota kind of shocked everybody and started qualifying really good on drafting tracks when they hadn't in the past. And then history would also say that a Hendrick Chevy is a good betting favorite to be sitting on the front row.
I want to go and say Ford with Cindric, but honestly, I think I'm going to throw a long shot out there, and I'm going to say Toyota Bubba Wallace.
You could say anybody, and I'm not going to have much of a... No, because,
Yeah.
Riley Herbst, okay, maybe we have a conversation, but
realistically, yeah.
It's possible. Because the other thing, too, is, they're going to, you're going to have to pay the price of how you set your car up for qualifying. You're going to have to race the duel with it like that. But, if you just trim it out and that thing is bouncing all up and down the track, you don't have to start the race like that on Sunday. They're going to let you adjust that.
Yeah.
There's minor adjustments. I'm going to go Chevy. I'll go Hendrick. Just because when I think about Chevy for, super speedways, at least qualifying-wise, I mean, you could throw Austin Dillon up there. You could throw Kyle Busch up there. That wouldn't shock me at all. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them starts in the top 10 this weekend.
Yeah.
But give me Bowman.
Okay. I could see that.
He has the most front row starts in Cup Series history in the 500. Give me Bowman. I think on a prove it year, it feels like, which I also feel like by the fans metric every year for Bowman is a prove it year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Give me Bowman. I'm not going to glaze. What are other young TikTok lingos, I say that to be funny, but I'm not going to sit here and just say Chase.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. Because I could sit there and say, oh, Ford, Ryan Blaney. Yeah, I could say that up and down.
But I also feel like, too, when it comes to super speedways, certain people, the racier people that you feel like have the best shot at winning typically aren't going to sell out for the pole anymore.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't pick a Blaney. I wouldn't pick a Larson, Elliott. I wouldn't pick Denny Hamlin.
I could see.
I could see Noah Gragson or Todd Gilliland.
Yeah.
But I'll go Bowman. And also on the whole Chase thing, I mean, unless history rewrites itself this year, Alan Gustafson and him do not show up to the track on Saturday at all, ever.
True. Very true.
Yeah. So, anything else?
I think we get into some paint schemes next.
Okay. I saw one thing I want to bring up.
Okay.
So, Greg Loves Racing, a good Instagram follow, he posted a Daytona bingo card. And I think it is honestly the funniest thing ever, which there's no free spaces, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But what order should I go? Down the row, down the row, down the row?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a 3x3, 9 total on the cube. So it's not like bingo.
Yeah. It's a tic-tac-toe, basically.
So Hocevar causes a wreck.
Yep.
An underdog wins, which is defined by longer or 40-1 odds or longer. Hendrick wins the pole. Someone in the 500 flips. The big one happens in stage 1. 10 cars or more involved.
Okay.
There is a weather delay. The 500 goes into OT. There is a OEM weekend sweep.
Okay.
Byron wins the 3rd straight.
Yeah. And
what he's doing is if there's no free spaces on it, if bingo is hit, which I'm assuming, I don't know if it's all out or whatnot, if everything, but if bingo's hit, all you have to do on his page is drop the race winner in the comments and he'll do a giveaway.
Okay.
So I guess
subtle
shameless plug for somebody that I've never talked to, but I saw that today and I was like, this is hilarious. And I think this is a really cool idea.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So paint schemes.
Greg Loves Racing. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, paint schemes.
Okay, we're in similar stratospheres here.
Yes, we are.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. You want to hit them with your favorite first?
Yeah. So my favorite is AJ Allmendinger.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It honestly, it's not a bad looking race car. So what I'm about to say is not to take away from the car itself. But anybody running a Greg Biffle number this year was automatically catapulted to the top for me. Just because this is the first race since we've lost him. I grew up watching him all the time. He was always in my like top tier-ish list of drivers. And it being on the 16 car, yes, I know it's the wrong manufacturer. No, it's not a throwback or anything.
Yeah.
But it just feels so right. So that's my pick.
Basically, all the ones running the Biff font were up in my favorites. But my favorite this year, for the second year in a row at the Daytona 500.
Boo, tomato.
Justin Allgaier's Traveler Whiskey. I love how this car, they made it a little bit different this year with the slight hints of like red in it. I thought it looked super cool. I do think last year's was better.
I was going to ask.
It's still super cool. I mean, instead of just running the same exact scheme.
Like running it once a year, you have to run something new.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, that one's my favorite. I love that car.
Their homemade contingency stickers were my absolute favorite part of that car. You're looking at
I was about to say, I missed that.
So if you look on this diecast, there is a NASCAR 75th anniversary logo. There's the Cup Series logo. That's it.
Yeah.
When they moved the number up, there used to be all these contingency sponsors that everybody ran a sticker of.
Yeah.
So like over here on this truck, there's still some.
Yeah.
So they added their own like 90 proof, like JRM.
Okay.
Like they added their own because Junior.
Yeah, that makes sense. Least favorite, we both have the same one. What even was the sponsor on this one? I can't even remember.
Do you want me to go double check?
Yeah, go double check the sponsor, because this car
is a car.
It's a car. It's one of the carest cars of all time.
It is one of the paint schemes of all time.
Yeah.
There it is. I don't like this Instagram update trying to search for stuff. It is Superfile
SVG. This car looks like a hot mess.
It had so much potential. Like,
yeah, it's too busy.
The Greek god on the side of it, cool, if done right.
Yeah.
I just think, and like the gas.
Yeah.
The gas, like the circle where it used to be green, like that's cool. But again, like with Monster taking away from paint schemes, I almost want to say that because where is this Red Bull yellow anywhere else in this scheme? Like that just so sticks out. It's not like this really wasn't an awful crop of paint schemes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's too much to look at for a car that's about to go 200 miles an hour around Daytona.
I agree.
Cool design, maybe not the best race car design.
Yeah. But I think that wraps up paint schemes about right there. So on to some race picks. You guys know at Daytona we have open cars.
We're going to take our best shot at it.
Yeah, our best shot to make the open cars. Which, funny enough, we actually picked all the exact same.
Did we really?
Yeah. Because honestly, I really do think that's who I would have picked.
Yeah. So I guess for the viewers, the listeners, the fans' sake, let me pull up the full entry list so then I can tell you who all is an open car, since you're only about to hear about 4 of them technically.
Yeah.
So Chandler Smith will be an open car, the 36. Justin Allgaier in the 40. JJ Yaley in the 44. Anthony Alfredo in the 62. BJ McLeod in the 78. Jimmy Johnson's already locked in. He'll be in the 84. And then Corey LaJoie in the 99. And as much as it pains me to leave one of these guys out, I do have to leave BJ McLeod out.
Yeah.
But I guess, do you just want me to announce both?
Yeah,
both of
just
ours?
Go ahead.
So we have, and we didn't make these at the same time, I swear. Justin Allgaier, Anthony Alfredo, Corey Heim, and Corey LaJoie.
Yep. With Jimmy Johnson already being locked in.
As much as I hate on LaJoie, I feel like there's a 4 and there's a 4. Like there's a A tier and there's a B tier when it comes to these open cars. Like front row, adding a 4th car and putting Chandler Smith in it. just doesn't do it for me to like put them in the A tier.
Yeah.
I think he's probably the best of the rest. BJ McLeod is always a good underdog. He performs well at super speedways. All that his team runs now is super speedways, so they're ready for it. JJ Yaley in the 45 car, like, again, anything can happen, right place, right time, all that stuff. Yeah, but like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think these are kind of the four obvious choices,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But
I do genuinely feel like that at best we'll go 3 for 4.
yeah. I mean, I think you could see, I definitely think Allgaier and Heim are a lock.
Yeah.
Alfredo and LaJoy could, I think.
I think you could swap Alfredo or LaJoy for BJ.
Yeah.
Or you could swap them for Chandler Smith.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I felt like 2 Chevys, a Toyota, and a Ford, just that worked the way. So we'll move on to truck picks.
Yep.
Go ahead and lead us off.
So for truck this week.
In an absolutely beautiful race truck.
Yes. A killer paint scheme. I went with Carson Hocevar, this IKEA Best Buy car. I mean, talk about the collab we didn't know we needed.
Yeah.
That car looks sick. I love IKEA. Best Buy is all right, but this car looks sick. And I think that Hocevar is going to go out there, and I'm not going to say he's going to wipe the field. I'm saying that he's going to win, but he very well could not. But yeah.
And like we said, with how crazy we feel like, or at least I feel like, and I think you agree, how crazy the truck race is going to be. He could also wreck somebody coming off of 4 and win. Like, he's so aggressive that, like, I think if he's in contention and he wants it bad enough, he's going to find a way.
All right.
I'm picking Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
Do I really think he's going to win? Yeah. Is there any way that you're going to throw Tony Stewart on an entry list and inner childhood Blake is not going to pick him? Yeah, there's no way I'm not picking Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
He legitimately could win.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Ram will be very interesting to watch, but how can you pick against Smoke?
Yeah, seriously. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Because I had him down and then I switched it to Hocevar. But
Hocevar is was probably my pick if Tony wasn't running.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah.
Xfinity, I went with none other than Mr. Rajah Caruth.
That'd be insane.
I want to see it happen, and I'll leave it at that.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I went with go ahead and boo Tomato and
I ain't gonna boo Tomato. I like this guy.
It's arguably the most basic. I picked Jesse Love.
Yeah. The only thing more basic I think would be picking Austin Hill.
And I almost did.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Because, I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, I think we're trying to find a good balance of, like, yes, we're season-long scoring who does best in each series and overall and all that kind of stuff against each other. But also, like, I just can't stomach picking Austin Hill to win a drafting race. And I also like Jesse Love. And I kind of want to see and I kind of hope that through some of the unwarranted hate that he received for winning the championship last year, that he comes out and he's like, hey, I may not be that Connor Zilic guy that just came out here and dominated last year, but I'm going to knock 4 or 5 wins off this year, and I'm going to be a championship threat in a format that I would not have won it in last year. So I think what better way to start that up?
I agree. Cup, we both picked the same guy.
I just feel as if he is destined to win a Daytona 500 at some point.
Yeah. And also, I think with his current look too.
Yeah. So Ryan Blaney.
Yes. Sorry, I kind of talked over you. Yeah, Ryan Blaney. So who we went with.
Ultimately, looking at the list, there were multiple people that I felt like I could just put them all on like a spin the wheel app or something, and whoever it landed on, I was fine with. But I don't know. He's the only Penske driver that hasn't won a 500, and that just doesn't sit right with me because I feel like
he should.
Yeah. And like that organization as a whole is good at super speedways. Could I see the Penske unraveling that sometimes happens at the end of a 500 and like him and Cindric get into each other, him and Logano get into each other, maybe the three split up and don't work together? Yeah.
Yeah.
It just, that one felt right. Like, yeah, I don't really, this is more of just like a gut thing than anything. Like, I don't have stats that I brought to back it
Yeah,
up.
no.
Like, I feel it.
Yeah. I agree. I think that wraps up preview for Daytona.
Yeah.
So now we normally would end the show here, but we're not because we're going to go into our way too early predictions for the chase. So we've each selected our 16 drivers that will make the chase and a winner. This is in no particular order. I guess I'll start off. So I have Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, Chris Buescher, Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece, Ty Gibbs, Hunter Zillich, SVG, Bubba Wallace, and Tyler Reddick. And I'll let you put your 16 out there before I say who's going to win.
Okay.
These are just the guys that I think are going to be the most consistent all
Yeah.
year long.
So again, no particular order. Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Chris Buescher, Ryan Preece, Alex Bowman, Christopher Bell, Todd Gilliland, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Carson Hocevar, Chase Briscoe, Ross Chastain, Connor Zillich, and Austin Dillon.
I just realized I didn't put Hocevar in there. I'm gonna scratch Bubba Wallace for me. I'm gonna put Hocevar in there. Yeah, just updating that for the record books. Yes, Hocevar, I say, will make it.
Okay, and it is in writing that the change has been made.
Yes, it is.
For the scoring at the end. God, I feel like I want to hold on.
Go ahead. I'll say mine. Mine. I think that Ryan Blaney is gonna win. I think that it would be really funny, in my opinion, with all the only reason Penske has championships is because of the format with the playoffs, and then a Penske car came out and won. I mean, I don't think it's going to be Logano or Cindric, obviously. I didn't even have them making the chase. So I think it's going to be Blaney. That's just me. Call me a Blaney fan because I am, but I also think that Blaney's going to win.
So I will preface this. I had three people I was going between: Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, and it just so happened that was one from every manufacturer. I didn't really design it out that way.
Yeah.
I picked Chase Elliott last year. Didn't happen. In a year that arguably I feel like he has a lot better odds than last year, I will not pick him because he is my favorite driver, and I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be impartial. I think Chase Briscoe is going to win.
I think that based off of how consistent he was last year, that is a good pick.
Because I think at the end of the day last year, it's hard to say that everybody would have raced the exact same across all races every lap, like that whole
argument,
domino effect, that argument. I think Chase Briscoe is kind of like a sleeper of the, well, hey, who do you think is going to benefit most from this change? I feel like he doesn't probably get some of the recognition he deserves based off of last year, but also it was 1 year. So you could make the argument that he's just not even going to be relevant this year. But I think consistency wise, he was able to it was just one regular season win last year and then one win at Talladega to vault him into the championship four, I believe.
He won
Pocono. Did he win another race other than Pocono? But I'll let Justin fact check that and I'll ramble on for a second and then I'll either be right or wrong. I think, obviously Buescher is going to be a force to be reckoned with in this. I think Chase Elliott is somebody. I think Denny Hamlin is also somebody that can benefit from this. Although I do kind of feel like no matter which way the cookie crumbles or which way you slice it, that Hamlin has about the same odds in both formats just because he is somewhat consistent, but he also wins a lot. But I think that this hurts, obviously, a Byron, which I've said that before. I do have Austin Dillon making it, which, might be a head scratcher. But I feel like the 16 to 20 the 14 to 20, whatever you want to call it, like that whole points race for the end of the chase is going to be interesting. And I feel like he typically is somebody that you're not surprised is sitting around 18th to 20th in the points. So like few things fall his way. A couple people have a few too many DNFs. I think that could help. SVG's interesting. I think he's going to be right on the border of making it and not making it.
Yeah.
He's the only Trackhouse guy I didn't have in, and it just really all comes down to what improvements will be made this year on ovals for SVG. Because if he can at least be somewhat consistent. Darlington.
He won Darlington.
So he won one regular
Pocono, Darlington, and then Dega.
So it was one regular season, 2 playoffs.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, because he won the Southern 500.
Yeah, and that
he
was
went
the
back
start
to
of
back.
the...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, it took me a second to find that.
Yeah, no, you're good. And that's another thing, too, is like, no, there aren't cuts, and no, winning this one race in the chase doesn't automatically vault you forward and let you coast. But you got to think, if you can rattle off a couple wins in the chase, that's really going to help your cause with how many points race wins are worth.
Yeah.
When everybody gets a reset and everybody gets a little bit of an advantage over the next just due to the order and everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think this is going to be, I feel like this is a hard year to be like, yes, this is
clear cut, the guy.
You could argue it was hard with the playoffs.
True.
Because
very true.
One wrong move at Daytona last year and you have Suarez in, you have Custer in, or you have, who is the other? It was the 4-wide
Eric
finish.
Jones?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That is also, like, I think you could potentially see a legacy like car be a sleeper pick to get their way in, to slip in, because they're not bad.
Yeah.
They're pretty consistent about where they run. You do a little better, you bring some of the speed that you showed glimpses of last year on a more regular basis, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I think there could be some shakeup. I ultimately do fall in with the masses that I think this is going to drastically hurt Penske at first.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it.
They were just so conditioned to, hey, win. Okay, cool. Now that we've won, let's try all this random crap out for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
if
let's
it works,
blow 5
cool.
engines for Blaney through the season.
And, it doesn't matter because everything resets and we're all on equal ground except for the regular season champion, basically, when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
And now, like, it just so happened that the most dominant Penske tracks were all in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes, they're all still in the chase now, but you don't have the one win and you're like to fall back on anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
Well, anything else? Any closing remarks for this week's episode?
I hope every car stays on all 4 wheels.
Yeah, I don't want to have to go through another race of Ryan Preece memes of him being an astronaut. It's not funny anymore, even though it is.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, it is, but it's not.
It is, but it's not.
If a car does have to flip, like, just please God, don't be Ryan Preece.
Yeah.
Let someone else do it. Give somebody else a ride on the roller coaster.
Yeah. I guess a little bit past Daytona, we'll be at Atlanta, obviously.
Woo.
We're going to be there Saturday and Sunday. There was question of if we were going to be there Saturday this year, but we will be there Saturday and Sunday.
Out to a coworker for trading days with me.
Let's go.
You're the GOAT.
Shout out. Actually, no, literally. I mean, the people who follow us know who it is. Shout out Alan, our first big hit on TikTok, the first race afterthoughts guy, swap shifts with Blake, and now we're both able to go on Saturday. So we will be out there Saturday and Sunday for Atlanta. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
We'll have little trading card packs.
Yep.
I'm leaning towards this time. Both of us might be a little socially awkward to
just little
walk
bit.
up and hand them out. So there's a potential we might walk up to somebody and
or we might just leave them around the track.
Yeah,
I mean, leave them around the fan zone, the bathroom.
We'll probably hide. Well, maybe not the bathroom.
Like on the hand dryer.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're wrapped in plastic. Come on.
We'll hide them around. If you find them, tag us in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have thought about at some point if anybody is interested in NASCAR cards. I have a large collection that I'm willing and ready to absolutely thin down to just the drivers that I really truly love and care about. So with that being said, if any listeners are interested in trading cards at all, let me know, reach out, comment, whatever. I will bring some to start selling off at a very, very, very discounted rate.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to add this week, the end of last season, we put out a TikTok about a giveaway for a signed Denny Hamlin hat, and we are actually 50 followers, I think, away from
right about there.
Actually, we're 47 now.
Yes.
So 47 followers away from us giving away that. Screw it. We'll throw some trading cards in that too, I think, just to add a little bit of to it.
Whoever wins, let us know who your favorite driver is. I'll skim through what all I have, and I'll throw you a little handmade pack in of your driver. No guarantee, obviously, if anything's going to be worth a lot. I really don't have many signed cards.
Yeah, I mean,
but we'll throw that in. It kind of was an unfortunate time to announce that, and also we've never done a giveaway. This is our first one, so we kind of maybe jumped the gun timing wise, but we felt like we were on a path that we were, oh my goodness, I had a stroke, that we were gonna hit it a little faster than we did. And then when we got like really close and we had like a lot of engagement through our off-season content of like interviews and everything, we have to have an off season at some point. It just so happened that felt like the biggest buzzkill ever.
Yeah.
So
it's on the TikTok. It's pinned to the top.
How about this? We'll leave this in the podcast or cut it or whatever. But like, let's take this talking spiel, whatever, and make it a TikTok, and then we'll just go to the pinned TikTok on our page of us outside for the giveaway, and follow all the rules that we put there. Everybody that has already entered is obviously still in the running.
Right now, there's only 10 people entered in. So, I mean, you have
pretty good odds
to win.
And I know Denny Hamlin signed hat might not be the most appealing to everybody.
Yeah, but we know that there's some Denny fans that listen to the pod.
Yeah. And if you don't absolutely hate the guy, it's not a horrible addition to your NASCAR cave, your man cave, whatever. So yeah, go to the pinned video. You can enter that. I do kind of feel like when you say the actual word giveaway, that TikTok like just suppresses and mutes the reach. I just thought about that.
Yeah, we'll do something. I can make a video just like replying to one of the comments and be like, hey, we're 47 away, something like that. Yeah. Either way, this is a conversation that should happen afterwards, but it did happen on here. Anyways, you guys will see us next week when we recap the Daytona 500.
And we look on to the greatest track on the schedule, Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Or as some people...
Nope.
I'm not going to say it. Anyways, it's now named something different, but we don't like it, so it's Atlanta Motor Speedway. Anyways, guys, this has been the Checker Chat. I'm still Justin.
I think I'm still Blake.
Last I checked, I think you are. Okay, cool. You guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff there. Spotify, Apple Podcast. I don't think there's anything that I'm leaving out, and you can't forget about it. I was getting to it. Jesus, Blake. Audible. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.